Welcome aboard the Seatbelt Sign podcast. We've been cleared for takeoff.
We're live.
That's a great movie, by the way.
Yeah. Let's do it one more time. You ready?
Good morning, Vietnam!
All right,
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
I remember after he died is when I watched it because Netflix had all of his movies and I had never seen it. And I literally was getting so hyped during that movie. I was like, oh, I've never seen this before. This is one of the Robin Williams' greatest.
Which
Are we talking about Miss Doubtfire?
Miss Doubtfire was a great movie.
Or Jumanji.
I love that.
Okay,
Jumanji was a good one.
Jumanji over Doubtfire. I remember I have a strange memory of Doubtfire. I was like 8 years old at a friend's house. We were playing, and he was like a little Korean kid, and he was trying to explain to me why this movie was so dope and we should not play outside to watch this. And I was like, this is weird as fuck. This man is dressing up like a nanny. I was like, Timmy.
Ahead of the times, man.
Nah, I was like, Timmy.
Good one.
It was predicting the future a little bit, no. But Jumanji all day.
Yeah. I would say the Toy Factory one. Which one was that one?
Oh, I think it was just called Toys.
Yeah, it was Toys.
No, you're talking about Big?
No. This is the one where you go to war with the toys, man. It was his best movie, in my opinion.
I've never actually seen it from beginning to end, but there was another thing that I remember in it. It had the... It had the first Lamborghini SUV. If you remember that, it was their version of the Hummer.
Well, if you haven't watched this movie from start to finish, you need to. That was a great movie. It is just great on so many levels.
We're gonna need to hit pause. We gotta
Pause.
So we're selecting names.
Oh, true. Well, hey, we should do an intro. We didn't even do an intro. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the Class A Misfits. This is a podcast where we're going to talk shit and tell you life stories and check in every week. And this is the first of many with the three musketeers here in the studio. So cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Hey.
Cheers.
Yeah, we're going to get fucked up and
Oh, God.
not fly planes until 24 hours from now. Remember.
But we should get a flight sim so we can get fucked up,
that
talk
would be-
shit
that
about
would be
flying, and then try to fly airplanes in the sim.
Who can blow the highest blood alcohol content and still grease a landing?
Oh, I know I would not do that.
Have you guys done a barrel roll in the sim yet?
It not in one of the
Actually,
full
no.
motion.
full motion,
No.
but that's
I
got to
have.
be fun.
It's fun. It's wild.
I've only done a 90-degree turn in it.
Our boy
in the
Tamir's
in the full motion.
ERJ 145. Tamir did it, and then he said that all the screens went black, and then because the instructor was like, "Y'all want to do a barrel roll?" and they did it, and then they were like, had to call the maintenance team because they royally fucked up the sim.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
If you don't, I mean, I don't know what the E145 is like, but the one that I did it in, the instructor had already done it before, so he was like, "All right, let me give you a couple pointers here, because otherwise you're going to red screen it." And I mean, basically, if you keep the positive pressure on it, you're solid the entire time.
Mike's not allowed to sit in this seat. He's too squeaky. He's a squeaky boy.
Yeah, the rocking or yeah.
We were thinking of calling
You're
you.
him to be.
So I think you are Captain Jack Sparrow, Mike. You're no shit. You are Jack Sparrow of the skies. You look like him. You walk like him. You got the jewelry.
Okay.
I thought Pierre might just be appropriate.
Yeah, we'll get all of our
Pepe
international.
Le Pew.
Ridiculous. So
Anyways, Captain Jack, I don't know, but we'll think of something. I think some sort of airplane pirate name works.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And we got dial up, and then we got me, co-pilot.
Co-pilot in charge.
There you go, co-pilot.
I always
in charge.
like that for him. Co-pilot in charge.
Co-pilot, yeah, I like that.
So cool beans. Well, we're gonna talk aviation stuff.
And if we don't use any pirate themes, we can still do the maintenance mic for right now.
There you go. I dressed up as you for Halloween.
Goddamn.
It was so.
Yeah, I just showed my Halloween
Why didn't
costume
know
that
the
I dressed
episode
as you.
is initially started?
Oh, that, bro. Oh, it's
Okay.
always.
Okay, gotcha. It's always going. It's always going.
Yeah,
It's kind of like the FAA is always watching. Oh yeah.
and unless the government's shut down, then they're just monitoring emails from home. What's good?
No, never mind.
I want to hear some good laugh stories.
Yeah.
No, you already
oh,
told us.
God.
Actually, you already told a good laugh story. Last
Yeah,
time, so
we got. Well,
that's-
that was on the
you know
podcast
what
that never
I was
aired.
thinking about on the way over?
What's that?
I was trying to think of some funny stories, but when y'all were talking about the sim just now, I thought about funny story that when I went to Challenger Maintenance School,
Okay.
I had running taxi qual as part of my course, and they would do that with us in the actual sim that.
Oh, so you were taxing the full motion sim?
Yep.
As part of maintenance.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you would do maintenance runs. They do engine fire simulations, different things. You'd run through the procedure. So if we were ever doing a maintenance run on the airplane, we're familiar with how to actually operate, how to power up the APU, how to start the engines, everything like that. Taxi, high power runs. Anyways, well, 2.5 weeks prior to this, while in maintenance training, we visit the sim many times, but we also, you get to know everybody. And so during the class, you know, since I am a pilot and all of the guys that I'm in class with are only mechanics, you know, I could talk a lot of shit and have fun, you know. And so whenever we would go to the sim, they would, the guy, and we would do training up to the running taxi qual stuff where we actually got to use the full motion sim because we would use a practice sim. They would put me in all these flight scenarios and then see if I could save the plane. And so when we got in the sim, the guy goes, listen, I can't do this because I'm not a pilot technically, but he's like, you are. And he's like, you did really good on that sim. So he's like, if you don't tell anybody, I'll let you fly this thing
Hell
on full
yeah.
motion. And he's like, I won't make you do all that taxiing stuff, you know, because he's like, I know you know how to do it, you know. And I was like, awesome. So I got to fly the Challenger sim.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah. And I was doing like a VFR run. I went from JFK over to LaGuardia.
Dude, that's awesome.
And like landed it and stuff like that. And like, that's why I called and like, I needed a checklist, you know, so I
Yeah.
could figure it out, you know, because I didn't really know how to fly it. You know, it's a different airplane than what I fly. But I got to fly the sim and that was fun. And that one, he let me do a 90-degree bank.
Nice.
And that's where I got to get that one. You know, I didn't want to roll it because, you know, he was like, no matter what you do, he's like, if you land this hard, we'll break it, and they'll call the Simtex, and I'll get in trouble, and we'll both be in trouble. And I was like, I will not break it. So, like, even though I was having fun, I was, like, being real careful and tried to land it real good because I didn't want to break it and get him in trouble because I knew he was letting me fly it.
That's wicked. Did you
Yeah.
log it? I hope you did.
I couldn't log it, but it was
Fuck
fun
that.
as
I'd
heck.
log that shit.
No,
Hell yeah.
I'll be honest. I also I like to slam it in the sim. I don't try to ease that thing on. I'm just like hit the markers, just smashing that thing on. If everything is still in its same place in the sim, then I didn't do it right.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. The full motion sims are so good that when I went to the King Air Academy and I flew that sim, I crashed it multiple times.
Really?
Because I was expecting it to fly like the full motion sim, and I was over controlling the shit out of it. And I just like, and I
Yeah.
think the guy was like, can you even fly?
Have you ever flown one of those not on motion? It's awful. I hate it. As much as the motion is a little bit off, you have to kind of adjust your equilibrium to it. But man, when you don't fly it on motion, it is just a trash experience.
Yeah.
2 recurrents ago, they didn't have enough instructors, so I had to do 2 things. I had to fly it single pilot once, the Challenger, which is not a single pilot aircraft.
Yeah.
So I was up there flying single pilot. I'm like, what? Does this even count? Like, how the fuck is this even possible? And then also had to fly it once, not on motion. And I was like, none of this makes sense. Why
Yeah.
are we doing any of this? But I'm not going to say which school that was or where it was, but that was a fun experience due to staffing shortages.
Yeah, that sounds like complete trash. I guess the only thing I could compare it to is I got the Oculus at home, the little VR headset, and flying the 172 on Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's cool because like anywhere you move your head, You know,
Yeah.
and Microsoft Flight Simulator, the new one, they took Google Earth, they imported it into the game.
It's crazy.
Even at RDU, like when you cross the runway, there's that little bump
No way.
on the runway.
2-3 left.
Yeah.
Wow.
Every single thing, like even if you want to go find a landmark, my cousin lives in Argentina. So he bought the game, bought the South America expansion. He was like, let me fly 2 hours outside of the city, see if we can find our farmhouse with the pool. Bruh, literally found the pool. He's doing circles over it in the game.
That's wild.
But it is weird because, you know, you don't have any motion. So like you're looking around and you kind of get like this VR sickness. It's weird. It turns you.
I've gotten that before with VR.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do the VR roller coasters.
Man, I don't know, but we just watched Ready Player One, that movie recently.
Oh,
You guys, have you guys seen that?
Spielberg movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
I saw it closer to when it came out. I don't remember much about it, but
Just
I
that they're like basically like another kind of
Yeah, it's the
Matrix.
VR
They're all
world.
playing
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
VR. And I'm like, dude, I think that's going to be the thing in the next 10 years. And I'm
my gosh.
excited. It's going to be sick.
might be.
Well, funny thing about Sims, the full motion ones,
Yeah.
I get sick as a dog taxiing on the ground.
They're awful to taxi. That's
And-
one of the worst. They're just
But I get
dogs
so
on the ground.
sick, I've never hurled in an airplane. I get so sick, I'm going to hurl. It's so bad, I have to convince the sim guy to put me close to the runway. Because, you know, you do have to do like a low-vis tax.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's keep it as short as possible because by the time we take off, I'm going to be ready to hurl. And so when I land, the sim, when you were talking about just plopping it on,
Yeah.
when I land the sim, soon as the wheels touch, I close my eyes. And I just try to and I don't know how every time I open my eyes is somehow on the center of the runway when it stopped, but I just close my eyes to just do the stopping, you know, with my eyes closed. Because if I have my eyes open during the stopping,
It fucks you up.
I'm done.
How do you do with a V1 Cup when you're in like the cold scenario?
Well, if we're rolling down the runway, it's like flying.
But it's
the
squirrely.
minute the V1 cuts, those get me sick too. But it's the biggest one is like right when you land and it's rolling to a stop. That's when it makes
Feels
me
weird.
sickest. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, there was one thing I had mentioned to Mike. My really only experience of playing with those good full motion simulators was a 737 MAX when I went to Delta Airlines. And then we jumped in the CJ for the first time and we're taxiing around the airport and it freaked me the fuck out because it felt like I was back in that computer simulator. And I was telling Mike, like, dude, this is the weirdest sensation. And then he was saying, because everything piston that I've ever flown, nose wheel's out ahead of me. And this is the first time where like the nose wheel is right under me or behind me.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what that sensation's like. And dude, it threw me for a whirlwind, man. Like that versus like little piston shit where again the nose wheel's out ahead feels like two different environments.
I think even in the plane that I fly, the nose wheel's still ahead, isn't it?
Yeah. But it's pretty close to you.
Yeah.
And you can turn pretty steep with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's and it's
We've got like 120 degrees on the
What's that thing called? An auger?
tiller.
Tiller. Do you guys have one of those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We're not going anywhere without it
Okay.
because just on the pedals we've only got like 7 degrees. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's another whole other world I never played with before. So
It's fun.
I'm excited to see it one day.
Yeah. No, it'll be good.
Well, I also think it's funny because you get on the airline side and then all those airplanes like the Airbus 320 and stuff, when they're rolling down the runway, it's got auto steer, auto brake, auto throttle, auto. Like when they engage the takeoff procedure, there's so much automation that is incorporated in it for their takeoff. It's
Dude,
ridiculous.
The more I go down my aviation career, the more I learn that those airline guys, the only thing they have to do is roll out of bed in the morning. The rest of it is fucking take care for them. Swear
That
to God.
and like get divorced. I think. Those
yeah,
are the only two things they
that's
have to
the two
do.
big decisions
Yeah.
they got to work through.
Going back to tillers though, man, there's a little bit of finesse there though. You can definitely tell somebody that does not give a shit about the passengers because it's like spring loaded to center. They'll like start the turn east and in, then just like wham, like right back.
And you know, It's funny you bring that up because when you're taxiing these airplanes, you really do have to think about the passengers. And it's so funny because when you are up front, you do not feel the same forces that they feel sitting back there. I've ran on the maintenance rides and I've sat in the back and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. And I got to fly in the back of the King Air recently when the owner was flying it. And on takeoff, I purposely sat in like the very back seat just to see what it was like.
Talking about the lab?
Yeah, I went and sat on the sideways seat just to see. And
it's pretty steep how much it climbs during the initial portion of the climb, too.
I also didn't have a headset, so I was kind of like testing out how loud is it back here.
Yeah.
Good.
That one is louder than the 260.
Good, not great was my takeaway. I was like, I would definitely want some noise canceling headphones for our packs. So, but I think we do. Anyways,
so as you're developing this podcast,
As
dial up,
Captain Jack.
share some of your vision so we can kind of.
Well, this is audio, so no vision.
there you go.
I love how he always fucks with me. I have to deal with this shit constantly in all aspects of business with him. Like, I get a text, I never know. Is he fucking with me? Or
Yeah,
is this actual
I know.
business?
Yeah.
Okay, no, this time he's fucking with me. And then next time, oh, this is actual business. See, I thought he was fucking with me. God damn it.
Yeah, I guess there was the one time he had an international flight, and I was like, the identifier for the airport is Charlie, uniform, November, Tango. And he's like, okay, yeah. And then he looked at it, was like, you son of a bitch.
That's good.
He did get me with that.
That's very funny.
He did.
Honestly, I would have gone with that too, if I'm being completely honest.
So, yeah, I follow that. Let's,
That's good.
I'm over there looking it up. That's the worst part. Like, I didn't like pick up on it like why I wrote it down. No, I'm like Googling
I don't know.
it.
The runway might be too short. Or this is private trip. I don't know.
Nav is like no results.
Why is his runway measured in centimeters? Yeah, that's pretty good. No, that's a good one. Props to you, TP. Would have got me too.
That reminds me of Challenger Initial, one of the instructors who was fired while I was there during initial. That was a wild initial. But anyway, this guy who was nicknamed Filthy Phil, he walked in for the first day that he was just trying to beat into our heads the procedure for the go-arounds. When he was like, what do you guys call females in aviation? We're like, what? And he's like, cook machine with tits. All right, next lesson.
Jesus Christ.
Like, all right.
Hey, you know what,
And
though?
you know
Read
what's funny, though?
Read the room. I bet that joke hit, didn't it?
There were no women in the class. So.
There was some laughs in the room.
I will tell you this, though. What I will say is funny. The differences between the Part 91 world and the Part 121 world.
Everybody in
When I
121.
did airline maintenance.
Yeah, I think I know what you're about to get into. And I just
was
want to
just-
preface everybody in 121, for some reason, it's like you leave your humor at home.
Well, no, I met some great, funny people, but I will tell you, the diversity of the workforce there, and then all of the equal opportunity stuff that's promoted and stuff, you got to be careful. I found myself in a few situations accidentally where...
Are you talking about where the gays were hitting on you?
No, that one was hilarious. I will circle back to
Oh, we got to hear
But
that.
I
bet
will-
Mike just fucking sucked that well dry. He was like, how many drinks can I get out of this
I'm going
guy?
to tell you this. Since we're on the topic, I might as well stop and talk about the story. So when I did do airline maintenance, I will say this.
Were you maintaining the aircraft or the flight attendants?
The flight attendants were no joke. And in the nicest way, but oh my God, I never knew what a woman meant until I worked the airline maintenance and had to deal with the male flight attendants. When they said what it felt like to be a piece of meat, I would get on the airplane and they would not stop hitting on me. I attracted so many male flight attendants, it was ridiculous.
Well, I'd take that as a compliment. my friend.
I did. But regardless, I mean, it was to the point where it was difficult to do the job. I'm trying to talk to maintenance control. I'm trying to like fix the airplane, and they would
what
not
is that
stop
poking in
hitting
my
on me. They'd just be like, I overnight sometimes in Raleigh, or
You're like, I said, pass me the wrench. Not.
it was just funny. It was like, oh my God, I'm trying to work here. And sometimes I would even have to be rude and let them know, look, I'm not interested. I need to work. But regardless, what I was saying was that on the airline side, it is funny because I found myself in some awkward situations because I made a couple inappropriate jokes to the wrong people. And boy, I when I was done, I thought I was going to lose my job or something. They do not play around.
Yeah, let's hear that quick story because I think you just told me this one the other day.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember exactly what I
The
did.
butt crack, remember?
But there was a captain bent over in the aisle. And
Captain Crack and Captain Jack.
The
All right,
whole
here we go.
airplane is full. He had a rather large ass. And so I was like, full moon, just making a joke to him. It was a male captain. I didn't, I'm a maintenance guy. I'm there trying to solve a problem. Most time pilots can take a joke. There was a female first officer in the right seat, and she had an ass about the same size as his. That's important for the next part of this story. But she took offense to my comment.
To the man.
And
Did she
was
think that you were talking about her?
no.
Oh.
She took offense
to
that
it.
he made a joke
She took
about
offense on behalf of somebody else.
on behalf
who
of the
was-
fatter man.
who was not offended.
Not at all.
He wasn't. He took a chuckle to it, but then when she got upset, he quickly changed his tune because he is a captain at an airline. He doesn't want there to be a.
So basically, Karen was on patrol that day.
Well, I'm not
She
going to
was
say
laying
that,
down
but
the law.
fuck
Fuck that. I'm saying that shit, dude.
I'm just saying in that
You're breaking the
environment-
ice. He got a chuckle, and it's like, okay, now we can have a rapport. Then this fucking.
But I will say I did at least finish it out good because when she was like, "Would you have made that same comment
To me,
me if I was in that same position?" And so I just felt like, well, I need to give her what she wants,
Yeah.
and so
Equal
I said,
opportunity
so
employers.
I said, yes, I would. And boy, did the cockpit go stone cold silent. As I'm filling out the logbook and everything, it's like you could hear a pin. I mean, I think the whole airplane back there got awkward. They watched this whole thing go down.
So PACs were on board.
Yeah, and so
I didn't know that. I didn't.
yeah, so but they didn't really know what was going
Right.
on. There's a lot of noise. It's a big airplane, but I'm just saying that's how it felt. It probably wasn't really that quiet, but it was just a very awkward moment afterwards.
Dude.
I fill out the paperwork, I get off. I think at this point I was like, I'm gonna lose my job. Now what's funny down the line? Did anything even come of it? Was there even a report? Nothing. No. They probably flew off and talked about how terrible of a maintenance guy I was.
Whatever.
Who knows? But it
it's
felt
what we're
that
talking-
way.
yeah.
I don't know, because I think it's just you ran into somebody with a fucking terrible sense of humor. Then
We're
you got a
definitely not
point,
doing
but
well with
the female audience.
keeping this one PG.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
All right. So in case all of this gets edited out, which it won't, we'll just get royally canceled and what
God.
is it called when
I guess
doxxed? We'll
you
get
know-
doxxed
Oh,
and
that's right.
We do need to
burnt at a
use-
stake, and we'll.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We do need to use pseudonames now. It does make sense. I've decided Dirty Mike, from Dirty Mike and the Boys, that's really my pseudonym.
dude. Well,
Yeah.
there's also been some people on the airport that call you Dirty Mike because dirty fingernails all the time fixing airplanes. So
I believe it also
that's
might
not
be
even funny. That was some fucking bullshit.
might technically be pseudonym, but
as he
pseudonym was
checks his
fine, too.
fingernails, he's like,
I mean, what? I'm a fucking mechanic. Okay?
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. Dirty Mike and the Boys, or Pierre, or Captain Sparrow, one of all of the above. All right, so I got a quick topic that I was thinking about today. I wanted to ask y'all your opinion. We're future tripping always now. Technology is advancing so quickly.
I concur.
So flying cars, everybody's been talking about flying cars. I remember way back in like fucking 2015, I was listening to the local radio and they were like, flying cars, how is it going to work? And even just on my way here, I damn near got into some road rage. I was like envisioning jumping out of my car and pounding this old man in the face because he was just being such an asshole. How the fuck is that going to work with flying cars? What do you guys think in terms of like airspace regulation? Idiots, like we're going to have to teach them shit. I imagine it would probably be like 2,000 AGL and below.
They're not going to be piloted by
they're going to be
these
automated.
whistle dicks.
But same way, like when you go to the DMV, you have to take your like 16 question little test. So like we got to educate the people on airspace, all these things. And I just think like there's so many fucking idiots in society. I don't want them in flying cars.
People who ride in flying cars, drones, whatever you want to classify them, short transient aerial vehicle. I don't know, whatever acronym is going to be, subscribe or whatever. I don't believe for a second that these are going to be piloted by the passengers.
Yeah.
The general public is entirely
dumb.
Plus,
not going to happen. And you think about the fact that somebody gets to go to the DMV, take a test once, and that's good for effectively life.
100 years.
And here we do recurrence at least
6 months,
every year.
6 months to a year.
Yeah. Well, and you think about it too. Like it's kind of like RVSM airspace. That concept was first introduced in Europe.
Reduced visual separation minimums.
Yeah, they actually
and
ADSB, that was all first piloted in Europe for the RVSM airspace, and then they set it all up and they sorted through it. Well, countries like United Arabs and stuff like that, they're actually already in the process of piloting these programs, and so a lot of those kinks are going to be worked out now. And by the time it shows up in U.S. airspace, they will have already successfully worked out some of these concepts in these countries where they're beta testing. Yeah, especially over there. What's funny is, United Arabs, they want to be the most advanced city in the world. They've been bringing in this drone deal. It's super fascinating. China's even on board with it. They've got it coming up over there. It's pretty neat. The way that's going to operate, there's going to be like, they're basically designing the concept off of our current ATC system. They're going to have like a ATC hub that controls all these drones
with staffing shortages. And people not paid.
Definitely. Oh my God, yeah. Guess it's a good thing the government won't be involved in that part.
And then I guess let's take it a step further. So I remember way back in the day, like I said, when I heard it on the local FM radio show, airplanes and cars have two main differences: the maintenance and the hourly expense. So, I don't think it'll ever be, quote unquote, a flying car, right? It'll be like a flying pod to get you to somewhere, and then you will still have to take a vehicle. So, like, what do you guys think the future will be like? Do you think it'll be more drone? Do you think it will be more of like a car where it can land and then drive around, kind of like Back to the Future? I think it's going to be
a hybrid. And the one thing I'll say about that, one of the clients that I have in hangars here at ARD, one of the things that they're designing is an autopilot system that flies an airplane like a drone. So imagine you get in these drones, like, and
vertical
you can
takeoff
touch things and they go places, Well, also you have the drones that we can now buy and operate, and you can either use your phone as a visual device to see where you're going, or you can wear a headset, but you can fly this drone. Well, I think it's coming that there are going to be drone-style airplanes or flying cars of some sort that you can get in, and there's going to be ones that are fully automated that for people who have no training, and then there's going to be ones that people probably have the ability to get some sort of licensing, and it flies like a drone, like it has all the stabilization and autopilot's automatic, and you can point it in the direction basically you want it to go, and it will operate within a certain set of limitations and fly.
DP?
I am more skeptical, and I'm just going to be the guy shitting all over this parade a little bit. So, a couple things. I do think that we're going to see an increase in aerial drone deliveries, but there's going to inevitably be regulation that prohibits the amount of congestion in this small airspace because it's inevitably going to interfere with major airports. And it's... All right. About to hear some crunching. Yeah.
Eating some snacks over here, fucking.
Get right up on that mic. Yeah. No, add the chewing, man. It'll add some background noise to it.
Here, flip this switch on your microphone to off.
So the funny thing is, when
How are
I was
those
sitting
goldfish?
over there, it was less audio pickup, but over here,
Yeah.
Well,
we need
when
some
you were sitting
acoustic
over
foam.
here, this is what I could hear.
maybe we should have just switched the chair.
Yeah, we're gonna need to add some sound. There.
Yeah, and a
Yeah.
new chair. Anyways,
But-
all right. So you're shitting on flying cars. Let's hear more.
Yeah, so we've got a couple problems outside of the piloting issue. So there's going to be airspace congestion.
For sure.
The other thing is
That's why I'm curious in terms of the airspace designation. Like, do you guys think it'll be a new class airspace and it'll be like 2000 AGL and below, and like that area will have its whole entire own low IFR en route chart? You know what I'm saying? Like with new airways. And
I don't know that it would have IFR en route because those would be for pilots, and I think that all that stuff's going to be AI and drone operated.
Yeah.
All the low level stuff.
yeah.
Now, that's if, even with like deliveries, it's either going to be land-based pilot operation. So there may be some from that regard, but all that would be directly interfaced with the pilot station. Now, there's not going to be an onboard operator. At least I don't expect there to be. I would be surprised because that would be inefficient in terms of weight.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing, we have serious infrastructure issues to be able to do this. So one of which is energy. These are going to be, by and large, electrically powered. The grid does not have the ability to support that type of electrical
charging,
demand
yeah.
because it's not anywhere near as efficient to operate a drone versus something that's land-based. To be able to roll on a hard surface is like an order of magnitude more efficient in terms of energy usage. And the downside too with electricity versus what we have with aircraft is like the longer a conventional airplane is in the air, the more efficient it becomes because it is burning off weight the
Yeah.
entire time that's in operation. Whereas the energy source that's powering any of these drones never burns off its primary weight. It only depletes its energy while maintaining that dead weight the entire time. Now, the other thing, outside of having the grid to support that amount of energy consumption, are the actual minerals that we don't have the ability to. We have the raw materials, the rare earth minerals in this country to be able to supply that, but it's an extremely dirty business, which is why it's all been sent to China. China was like, hey, we'll go ahead and take care of this for the world. And the entire West was like, yeah, fuck, we don't want to have, we've got all of these, hippy-dippy liberals that want to act like they're, holier than thou when it comes to clean environment. So we're going to ship all this shit to China and we'll sleep better at night and act like it's not a problem. But here we have this massive supply chain issue where China holds the entire keys to the fucking kingdom on rare earth minerals, even though we have the raw minerals from all of our previous coal mining activities, but we don't have the processing ability in this country.
Yeah. No, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you're talking about China, and it just reminds me, we all know about the garbage patch that's out in the ocean. And everybody's out, like, for the longest time. I also thought, too, I was like, how the fuck did it get out there? It's not like people are just throwing shit in the ocean constantly. No, I read a report. It was, we decided to take all of our recycling and send it to China. And like assholes, we're trying to recycle a bunch of plastic that's dirty, like old milk cartons with crusty milk in it. And China's like, yo, you cannot recycle this. So what they started doing decades ago was they were just like, all right, when it's out on the ship in the middle of the ocean, if it's a bunch of trash, just throw it overboard. And that's how we got the fucking garbage patches,
Well, one thing I would say, if we're going to talk about China, since we are aviation guys,
I mean,
they
might as
have
well
made
since
an
we're in a-
aggressive launch into aviation products. So if you notice, there are a lot of companies now that are aviation companies that are now Chinese owned
Cirrus,
in the
Diamond.
U.S. Yep.
No shit, really?
Lycoming,
Yeah.
China bought both of those.
Yeah.
Cirrus,
Damn.
Diamond, Lycoming, Textron.
Whoa. China has Textron.
I think so, but I could be wrong. Don't fact check me.
Dude, you know what that means?
I'm about to fact check.
We need to start
But
saving
they've
our.
got
Hold on.
Teledyne Continental and Cirrus. And think about it. The
They have
Cirrus
Teledyne.
produces, yes, they have Teledyne Continental. Heyco has it, which is Hong Kong something. Their
Yeah.
big company here in Greensboro. They've got
Damn.
and there are
They have
many other
Smithfield
countries.
Farms. All your pork products.
Dude, you know what that means
A
is
portion of the Airbus 320 is built in China.
literally every time you get a fortune cookie, we better start saving that shit and learning the little words on the back. Because before we know it, it's going to be Mandarin everywhere, dude. It's going to be Mandarin in aviation instead of English.
We are so dumb for exporting literally everything. Our manufacturing base as well as our ownership base.
Well-
and our land. What
The big
God,
thing
what a-
about the American aviation industry, though, is when you think about it,
we have women
America-
in aviation, and that's something we can hang our hat on, Mike.
America has been a domineering force in aviation and been a leader in the industry for a majority of the existence of aviation. The FAA, the NTSB have built such a rapport that other countries use and consult with them on accidents and different things like that. Our country produces aviation products that are used all over the world, and our country sets a standard for aviation maintaining that is used all over the world. So when we see a big paradigm shift of Chinese companies purchasing up wholly owned American companies and taking that's a big deal to me. And to see, and I don't want to quote, like, I don't know every company that's been purchased, but I have seen a huge shift in that industry.
I think.
What did we find out on Textron?
According to Grok, no, China does not own any part of Textron. Captain Jack, slightly retarded.
Oh, yo.
But Teledyne Continental, Cirrus, they own that one.
Well, what do you think? Do you think?
Absolutely they do in part of Cirrus.
And when you think about that with Cirrus and owning Teledyne Continental, what's funny about that is there is no GA presence in China.
Right, very true.
So
It would be
the
cool
fact
to-
that they own these companies,
That would be really cool if we could bring, just like we brought China McDonald's, if we could bring like general aviation to China, that would be pretty dope. Because that's a big country and hop around in a lot of cool places.
Yeah, but they'll just take it, frankly. I mean, anybody that goes over there, they just snatch the IP.
And that's what I'm
that.
thinking is like maybe if the big red party can cut through the red tape and just be like, here's aviation on steroids and like build it inside their country, like that'd be dope. I'd be cool with that.
well, China is making advancements on stealth airplanes, and right now the U.S. has been highlighting a lot of their failures in regards to that. But what people fail to see is sometimes they go, oh, they have failed with this stealth plane. It's been a terrible deal. China is so stupid. That's a dumb approach.
Right.
The fact that they have a failure is significant. The fact that they have a stealth airplane built,
Yeah.
and it replicates a lot of our technology. They build a lot of our technology that is used in all different types of aircraft, so they have a lot of familiarity with it.
Well, I heard something interesting a long time ago from a military podcast. Some sort of high-ranking official was saying, we already understand that China's tactic, if they ever were to attack us in the air, they have just procured a bunch of really old fighters, and they have retrofitted them with being able to fly them from a simulator on the ground. And so they would just have like fleets of these older jets that are
Operating like drones.
operating like
Yeah.
drones, so that way it would overwhelm our current fleet we would spend all of our time and energy fighting them, and then they would send their manned aircraft behind that wave, and now our guys are tuckered out or on low fuel, low ammunition, and then they would, possibly wipe us out once they sent the man. And I'm like, that's a little spooky. But we do have that one tech bro who he's making advancements on all this military stuff, and he's also kind of created like a good drone for America. So I don't know, man.
The drone deal.
Yeah, you're talking about the AI fighter?
Something like that, yeah.
You've had the space race, you've had the nuclear race. The race that's going on now is the drone race.
That's right. Stop all the Asian hate.
They also race in the Special Olympics, Mike.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, yeah, so flying cars, I don't know. I keep
Captain Jack, I'm sorry.
I was just thinking about that the other day when I was driving around. But another one that I wanted to ask you specifically, Captain Sparrow.
We've gotten awful about name dropping.
Yeah.
So this whole episode's crap. This is good practice.
Just drop
I don't
types
give a
and
fuck about
addresses.
I don't give a fuck about his anonymity. He's probably already all over the internet, whether it's aviation related or if he's going to some fucking
his
strip
butthole's on the
club.
internet.
He's probably on like stripclubrating.com. He's a premium member. He's like, this one was a 5-star.
VIP.
That's right. You're platinum, baby.
Okay, platinum. I walk in, I get red carpet service.
That's right.
I get comped the VIP package.
Everybody knows you because you're bringing in stacks of those $2 bills.
That's right. Stacks.
Stacks of the $2 bills, and the hoes are like,
That's right.
ooh, he's so special.
Well, that's right.
I like $2 bills for whatever it's worth. I used to go get them from the bank that I went to at the school by the beach. Well, also it was because the teller was an absolute fucking smoke show. But that's neither here nor there.
I used to be a teller in college.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Me and some of the other guys, we would hold on. We would see how many $2 bills you could keep in your cash box because we'd put that shit in and out of the
You're
vault.
back to Prius pilot. You're
Yeah.
demoted from co-pilot in charge to Prius pilot.
Right past gear bitch.
Dude. No, but the funny thing was, it was at Wells Fargo. And
You know what? I think that would be a cool name, Gear Bitch. Who's gonna be Gear Bitch?
We should make it a sticker.
Oh my god, I fucking love it.
He made a cool bumper sticker the other day. We're gonna start selling it.
What do we got?
I went and printed them. I
Nice.
sent them for printing.
It's a unicorn, and its horn is a middle finger, and it says "fuck off," and it looks like a tarot card.
I like it.
It's pretty great. I like it a lot. I was like, that would be a bumper sticker I could see everywhere.
Yeah, Gear Bitch though. I fucking love that.
That's basically me as of right now.
Yeah, your name is now Gear Bitch.
It's
You also get to work the mic too, though, right?
a little bit.
Yeah.
I get to touch the button and go, "Hello, air traffic control. This is fuck, I forgot everything."
This is November, blah 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 blah. Checking in at
Mic check, mic check.
16.3 climate.
Glop, glop, glop.
My new fun thing to fuck with ATC is if I'm in a chipper mood that morning, I say "Buenos dias." This is November 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sometimes
And I'm getting paid today.
and sometimes you get ATC to call back. Well, buenos dias to you, November 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm like, yes. It's so stupid, but the small pleasures in life.
You do what you gotta do, right?
Yeah. All right, but wait, Monsieur Pierre, we have a question for you. I figured this was all right up your alley. I was thinking if you could be a part of any aviation era.
I'm glad I don't get any anonymity.
You're not an anonymous person.
I'm anonymous.
Bruh, you were refueling the Navajo in the hot Texas sun in white sneakers and white tighty whities and nothing else.
All right, let's
And
be
people
clear
were
about
looking
that.
at you,
Let's
so
be clear
therefore-
about that. I had gray sneakers, and I'm pretty sure I had
Was
black
it like gray and white
I had
Skechers that you
black.
got to pay less?
tighties? Okay.
Bullshit, dude. They were the fucking Fruit of the Loom, the whitey tighties from the 90s. Everybody had just watched
How
Friends.
much did he drink?
Not. I was gonna say not enough. But.
All right, so what era of aviation, if any and all, if you could look back on cool airplanes of all of history, which one would you want to go jump into and fly around in that time period?
I definitely would have wanted to been part of the jet race. You know, when...
So like 1950s?
So a Nazi. You wanted to be a Nazi developing.
Oh, thank you.
Developing the first turbine aircraft.
Hey, little side note. He
You
is
gotta-
of German descent.
They
Cutting that shit.
the Nazis had this piloted rocket that they could launch, and it could it was
talking like
airborne for like 10 minutes. It had enough fuel to launch. It would go straight up, and they would shoot at whatever they could while climbing straight up. Then once it ran out of fuel, turn, invert it, come back down, shoot whatever they could coming down, and then land. And if any of the fuel...
Insanely dangerous, too.
Was
This
like
was a man-
burned human
yeah,
skin.
yeah.
It consumed human skin. So if
These
they
people
got
regularly died. It was very rare to
Hold
have
on.
these be successful
Okay,
missions.
time out. We need to Google the name of that. Because I thought you were just talking about like the V1 bombs that they were
So
hitting.
these were like little delta wing shaped aircraft that were rocket powered.
Oh, wow.
And they'd strap some, fresh, Hitler Youth in there and be like, all right, go ahead. Do you see something up there? If it looks Allied, you shoot at it. Going up, come down. Don't worry. Hitler's got a gold patch for you when you get back. And try not to die.
Little Henry, we give you the schnoodle. This you fly up to 60,000 feet and shoot as many British as you can.
the Messerschmitt ME-163 Comet,
Okay.
a rocket-powered fighter aircraft used during World War II. It was designed to quickly intercept Allied bombers with its impressive speed and climb rate.
Those boys were getting a little wild.
Dude, that is
Yeah.
nutty. Well, you guys know that all of the Nazi regime, they were all on amphetamines throughout the entire war.
This thing could climb to 30,000
also-
feet in
there's a
under
good video
3
of,
minutes.
Wait, 3 minutes to what altitude?
30,000 feet in 3 minutes.
That's getting it done.
I'm telling you, you think about it.
Bro, that's
And you know what's
interesting.
funny too? A lot
Some
of people don't
might say
really
that's
get it.
10,000 feet per minute.
I know, that's so
People don't,
that's a lot of G's.
People don't get it either, like the B-17, for example. It's pretty slow if you watch it like land, and if you go on one of the ones that's touring its little flight. But the B-17 and actual cruise up at altitude to go on a bombing strafing mission, it was pretty fast.
I mean, especially for back in the day.
Yeah.
And you think about like P-51 performance numbers, it's, I mean, you could compare it to like straight CJ numbers, and that's pretty impressive. I mean, those things would go into the 40s. They would cruise at similar true air speeds. I mean, that.
Yeah, the B-17
impressive.
cruising at 182 miles an hour.
God damn.
Yeah. So I'm not trying to be on that. That would suck.
35,000 feet.
Dude, and like those boys were freezing their ass off.
Freezing,
So cold.
huffing on,
Whatever.
horrible oxygen supply.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And
My hat's off to him.
And the pilot
God
is
bless him.
really relying on the navigator, because if that guy doesn't know how to do his little wind calculation
And-
with his string and his fucking whiz wheel, god damn.
I'm going to tell you, the big round
They'd be bombing the
radials,
Danish.
the early jet age, that would be all me.
So that's what you're all about?
Like me, I would love to have been Bob Hoover.
Yeah.
Like, straight slaying.
All right.
That was the coolest airplane guy ever.
Bob Hoover.
Yes.
I was going to go with Howard Hughes.
I mean, Howard Hughes, I'd probably have his crazy.
Yeah.
But Bob Hoover, I mean, he had the best of both worlds. He got to fly all those World War II airplanes, high performance ones, and then he got to fly all the early jets. And
So
stuff
basically,
and do
Mike-
cool stuff.
Kelly Johnson. Absolute fucking badass, though. All of the golden era Skunk Works aircraft, Kelly Johnson. I mean, come on.
Anybody
You
who
too.
got to fly Skunk Works shit. If
Like
you got
the-
to
like the-
die
the real
flying
Skunk
Skunk
Works.
Works stuff, you were a badass.
Yeah, not like the new Skunk Works where everybody's like, oh, I do Skunk Works.
Well,
or,
aliens fly the new Skunk Works.
That's probably true.
The little green man. Yeah, you reminded me of this one guy, Robin Olds. He's got a fantastic book about him called Fighter Pilot, and he was, World War II. He saw the P-51 like as it came online, and then like you were saying, he actually was one of the first ever jet demo pilots and was going around the country doing the first ever air shows. And definitely a page out of your book. He met some chick while he was stationed out in Southern California, and she was a babe, and she was in the world. So he found out that they were filming out in the canyons Western. So he was like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to drop the jet down to like 300 feet and just fly over the movie set. And of course, he kicked up like 3 stories worth of dust.
Yeah.
And all the horses ran away, and a couple people got bucked off of horses and had like a couple of small broken bones. So the entire production got set on pause for 3 weeks. And in the book, he was like, it was great because then I could finally take her out to dinner because she wasn't busy. And I'm like, God damn, dude, what the fuck? But
Stone Cold Killer.
All right, so we got Mike. Mike's going in the past. He's going into like literally when airplanes were made out of stone and metal. DP, what are you picking? What are you?
What about
since
that
we're already in the era of unmanned cockpits, I think I'm probably going to go into the past too. Yeah.
All right, what are you picking? Because I'll tell you, like,
He's a Wright brother.
I mean,
Orville Wilbur, come on, yeah.
He's going all the way back.
well, see, I was gonna go even past that because I was
Who's the
thinking,
guy who flew too close to the sun?
They'd give me, they'd be like, all right, you just, your job is you just stand behind it and you just chase us and flap your wings, big guy. You just that'll help. That'll help. You're creating ground effect.
He did.
Just keep
He
running.
was going to go all the way back to hot air balloons.
that's what I was gonna say. I was gonna go with hot air balloon because I thought, imagine if you're like the first, not the first guy, but let's say like you're the third guy with a like an actual good hot air balloon, and then
High Club, is that what you're thinking?
He was going to fly Zeppelins.
Dude, I mean, I was thinking, yeah, dude, you could just imagine the babes be like, oh, the babes must have been so stinky. So you get them up in that fresh air on the hot air balloon. But you're also just like, do you want to go 4 towns over? And they're like, that's 6 days worth of riding. And you're like, not in my cool whip. And then you're just floating along, dude. That'd be so dope to be a hot air, like the initial hot air balloon pilots.
Just smelling that stank ass Cleopatra up there.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe that was the aroma of the time period. Maybe that was the pheromones there. Just
And one thing that's realistic people should know is just the way this conversation's going right now, this is the same way it goes in the cockpit when we're flying an airplane. It's just random shit like this. Like you make your little traffic calls, but then you and whoever you're flying with are talking about weird, fucked up shit.
Now I'm jealous because mainly what I talk about with the guys I fly is what we're gonna eat for lunch or dinner. That's really like that's the highlight of the flight is what are we gonna eat when we get there.
I know it's so sad because it kind of takes me back to my 9-to-5 cubicle world, and it was like the only thing that everybody was excited to talk about every day was what's for lunch. But that is kind of the same way in aviation. It's like,
well, I remember when I first started flying, it was all about like, oh, what can we do? Where are we going? Like, let's learn about all the cool things at, BFE Iowa. Like that'll be so cool. Let's go do, And now it's just like, all right, what has more than 4.5 stars? Within a 1 mile radius of the airport.
Well, please tell me that you guys look for restaurants the same way I do. Hit the hotel. Go straight to the room, go straight to the bathroom, drop your drawers, take a shit, and then you're just scrolling on Google Maps, looking at pictures and reviews. That's the only way I'd pick restaurants when I'm on the road.
Negative. Morning crud for me. Other than
morning dumps?
Yep.
Nice.
I do morning.
10
cups of
times
coffee.
throughout the day, so it's happening constantly. So
He
pretty
takes-
much every layover.
Captain Jack takes the shotgun approach.
Yeah. So, 3 stops in the FBO, flew the airplane, landed, 1 stop in the FBO, got in a rental car, hit a gas station on the way home, then the hotel, then the food place. It's a lot.
I drop my bombs on 1 run and I go back to base.
Are you a coffee man, DP?
100%.
Yeah. And you also like your coffee.
I do. I even carry my own coffee cup with me because I like to have my own cup. And mine specifically fits in an airplane cup holder.
Nice.
So that way when I get
Tall and
my cup
skinny.
of coffee, I can bring it to the airplane.
Dude, I can't do it. Coffee, it makes me piss 30 minutes later, and then I'm pooping a little bit
I know,
all
it's
day
just 'cause
long.
you're
throughout the
young.
day.
Oh, well, yeah. So you got to be careful. I also won't do coffee if I have to do more than like 2 hours in the air.
But see, I can do like a Monster Energy or a Red Bull, and that's my caffeine overload, and then I'm good, and it no poopy. So I don't know what it is about
And
the
see,
coffee.
coffee is the exact opposite. Coffee is like a smooth, soothing, wonderful sensation while I'm flying. Like, I'll be flying, and it could be a total shit show, but if I have the coffee, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I could be like, oh, shit, engine just quit. Half the wing has fallen off. We got a hydraulic leak. I'm descending at 4,000 feet a minute, but I have good coffee.
There you go. That's all. That's what life's all about, right?
Yep.
Dude, yeah, I can't do the black coffee. If I'm in any FBO, you see me over there at the little the squirt pump for the vanilla creamer, and I'm putting about 8 or 9 pumps in every single 8-ounce cup of coffee.
My coffee's consistent. Is if I make it, it's honey and cream. 'Cause I like that.
Oh,
But
that's nice.
if I have to get it from the FBO, then sugar in the raw and a little bit of cream. I do like my coffee spiced up a little bit, but I will not lie. Also, I am a snooty faluty coffee guy, so if I go to those
Yeah.
coffee shops and they got like a coffee espresso tonic,
Pierre's
on
walking
ice or
in and
some
he goes,
shit, I'm getting it.
Excuse me, is this coffee trade certified? Was this
I would like the
harvest-
coffee
yeah.
that was eaten by the panther and shat out the
yes.
back end. And
Yep,
But-
I'm all about the fancy coffees.
Yes.
Good coffee shop environments.
We
if
did-
I am on a layover, I'm going to coffee shop.
Well, I remember you did take me to a Turkish place, and we had Turkish coffee one day.
oh yeah,
That was pretty
good.
cool.
Oh,
Crazy.
Turkish coffee is legit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
a
some
lot
good
like,
baklava. We had some other
Yeah,
good little
it was good.
snacks.
It was good.
Wait, there's a good Turkish joint around here?
No, this was in
I think
Pittsburgh.
we were in Jersey or Pittsburgh. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
all
The
right.
city of bridges.
Well,
hey,
never mind.
side note, Pittsburgh. More bridges than any city in the entire world, including Venice, Italy.
And it was actually a fun city.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, I love Pittsburgh. That's where a lot of my family hails from that region. So,
Nice.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Pretty cool.
And fewer FIFAs there. So, actually, a fucking idiot from Ohio.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
But on the coffee subject, now I do have to admit, though, I do slightly prefer the flavor of cream and coffee. But there's really two things. Like, it's a little smoother, it's a little heartier. I get that, or I should say, I understand the appeal. But I go black for a couple reasons. Lactose intolerant. You don't need me drinking cream and getting into a pressure vessel because that's going to be bad news for everybody. Well, the outflow, unless the outflow valves are at the,
At the front of the cockpit,
Yeah.
And you have always said you like your coffee like you like your.
Men. tall, dark, and rich.
Dark, yeah. So when I was like 10 years old, my cousin and I, we were at my aunt's wedding, and we found a coffee bar, and we thought it would be the coolest thing to mix like all 15 creamers, and we each drank a cup full of creamer. And well, we also had some coffee too, but we were jacked and sick all night, and that's kind of ruined the creamer game for me. But
Understandable.
Yeah. And I wish that on no one who wants a dramatic creamery experience.
Dude, you
well,
know,
apparently my younger self, because I was a fucking idiot and I haven't matured much since. But.
Because I love creamer.
I mean, you know, and I'm just going to put you in another trade secret I've found here over the years. Those boner pills from the gas station, dude, you pop one of those right before the flight, you will be wired throughout that whole thing, dude. You are wide awake. You are fully attentive. Nothing is more interesting than what you're doing.
I think
and you
people
have a
have
boner
actually-
the whole time.
Well, I think people have actually tested those, and they found that there are actually illegal substances in them.
Some methamphetamines in there.
There's like all kinds of crazy shit that like those things are like made in China, and they're like, you know, we we don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I could see it.
So I remember when I was in the Army, I was driving home to see my family one time, and I wanted to be able to stay awake, and I stopped at a gas station and bought some of those pills.
Yeah.
You got
And I
pills.
took them, and I drove all the way home, and I was wide awake after that. But it was terrible because then I didn't sleep for 2 days straight.
There was definitely some meth in
And
there.
I felt like I was having a heart attack the whole time.
I've only had one. Excuse me. I've only had one experience with those kind of pills. Didn't get it from a gas station. Got it from like Adam and Eve somewhere in Wilmington. It was called like Stiff Nights or something like that.
Stiff Nights. I love it. Great marketing.
No, I can't finish the story right now. It's
Too much. Just too much.
A little too much.
Anyways, give you the energy you needed, right?
No energy, but it was actually a deeply frustrating experience. We'll cover that game on
Another episode.
Yeah.
10-4. We'll save it for another day. Well, Mike, it's going to take a minute. We're going to need to each put those like little "Hello, my name is" stickers
we
on
need
each
name
of our
tags.
foreheads,
Yeah.
so we can.
We'll get it eventually.
I'm going to keep changing my name, too.
That's fine. I like that better.
Do you want to close this out?
I'm going to be the dirty gear bitch.
Okay. GDB. No, I was just gonna close things out with me and DP. We just haven't really flown at all this week. You're the only guy flying. So, how's it like up there in the skies, dude?
It was really scary.
Was it?
Yeah, I couldn't find my way back down, but luckily I got back down okay.
Oh yeah. You didn't
Yeah.
do what I did the other day. Forgot to turn your bleed air valves on and forgot to pressurize the plane. And
Oh, I knew
Everybody's
you.
getting high as shit
I
off
knew you
and depleted.
forgot too. It was funny. Like I let you take off. I was like, I know he forgot, so I'm gonna see.
You did know?
I did.
Oh, you bitch.
So I was like, I'm gonna see if he catches it. But then I forgot. So by the time he did catch it, I was like, oh shit, we got a real problem here.
Because I was about to say, damn, Oscar winner of the year over here, because we got a master warning, big red light blinking, high cabin altitude, and he was like, whoa. And I was like, oh shit, we're
No,
going to die.
Dude, and that is the best thing. Like when I love actually like unironically enjoy these moments where you find like somebody that you're flying with when they fuck up and you give them a rash of shit, knowing that you're going to be right in that fucking seat like 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
And then, it's just so much fun.
Yeah.
But you have to find somebody that you have like chemistry to be able to do that with.
Sure.
Because most people are not that way. I'm lucky that I get to fly with two guys that I've known since I was like 14, and they're chill as shit, and they put up with me. And yeah, I mean, we all have our own quirks.
Yes.
So how's it been, man? Are you finally getting some sleep? You've been flying all over the place, night and day.
Yeah, dude, you became a real pilot this month.
Oh yeah. Well, it's about to slow up. He's qualled out pretty much.
Yeah, he's about to look at the reality of flying like that and be like, all right, yeah, let's maybe pull that back a little bit.
Part of it was he wanted to accelerate that and get it done, and he did that.
Yeah, there's accelerating that so that he can fly single pilot, but then there's also the flying the new off it. There's the excitement, the exuberance, and
Oh yeah.
I just
all
want to
that
go ahead
aspect.
And I will say this, as far as flying with him, I will say this. I have genuinely come to respect him as a true aviator, but because you can tell, like, he's a very technically proficient person, but he's also very enthusiastic. Like, he loves it. He is careful. He also shares a lot of his anxieties while flying. He stresses about some of the same things we do. He doesn't want to make mistakes. He doesn't want to do anything to damage the aircraft or violate stuff, And so just the whole experience has been good from a human perspective, just seeing him as a person, And then
What the fuck was
Sorry,
that?
I bumped this. And then as he's coming to conclusion where he's going to be able to fly the airplane and stuff on his own, I feel a little less worried about it too, because it's not just about his ability to do it. It's does he have the mentality and responsibility to be careful with an aircraft like that? And I would vote yes. He has definitely shown that.
Well,
It's
I
been
just want to
impressive.
put out this wager. Is the mystery millionaire playboy going to fly in a remote area, pop on the autopilot, and go in the back and do some
no
sexual
No, no,
activities?
no.
You don't think so? You wouldn't
No.
put? I would put $100 a day on the fact that
Not
happens
going
at
in the
some
back.
point.
Might happen in the cockpit, but damn sure not going in the back.
Man, you are the ballsiest of us all. Then,
Well, it
our
happened to me.
hats off to you.
I mean, it in the 172, but I will say there was a moment where I had to take a piss and I was pilot flying and I jumped in the back seat, and for about 10 seconds, me and my co-pilot were both sitting in the back seat with autopilot on, just looking like, okay, well,
Wait, so who all was in the back seat?
I was doing an aerial survey and my co-pilot was in the back seat running the computers, but I had to take a piss.
So you got in the back seat with him?
Yeah, because dude, especially with the yoke right up in your chest, I cannot pee.
Well,
Number one,
who was holding whose yoke?
I was holding my yoke. The co-pilot was jumping up into the front seat, but it was pretty funny.
There's no room in that back seat. Like
I know. That's why it's so hilarious, dude. Because I'm the pilot flying. I literally put autopilot on. We had just left a Class C airspace.
I would have stayed in the cockpit to take that piss.
Dude, I can't. I'm like one of those weirdos where I have to pivot and I have to kneel on the seat because I have to be in a standing position to whiz.
Oh.
And when I was
And
doing
that's-
surveys,
Is this a length issue?
yeah,
It's
I'm super
definitely-
long.
yes,
yeah,
yes,
super long.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. Super.
No, but when I was doing survey, I would always carry a small laundry detergent bottle, empty. It smelled like soap, which was great. But I would piss in that because we'd stay in the air for 8 hours. And we'd be at low altitude getting tossed around in the summer heat and the turbulence. Yeah. And I can't pee sitting down. I just don't know why I can't.
Wait till you get to be my age.
Yeah. Knock on wood. Older than the hills. DP over here. Dial up.
I'm telling you, you have to clean up a lot less when you pee sitting down in the middle of the night. Just
Fuck
saying.
yeah. Fuck. I'm already all about that. I got that.
all right.
I got that thing on Amazon where you lift the lid and there's a little light in there, so you can just
Have that. It's motion detecting.
Yeah.
And get the squatty potty.
It says, "Welcome to the throne." Anyways, all right. So I guess he's not gonna do any fun. He's not gonna join the Mile High Club the way a real pilot would.
Well, I don't know.
Also, I like a Gatorade bottle. That's
Nah,
really good
not
too.
enough, dude. You need to have the 24-ounce Gatorade bottle.
They make
okay.
the big gulp Gatorade bottle.
Speaking of Gatorade, one time I was ferrying a 172 from northern Canada to South Florida, and that's all I had on day 3, and we were flying these brand new top of the line. This Cessna had 28 hours on it. It was straight from the factory. Well, I knew that if I was less than 100 knots, I could open up the window and dump out my Gatorade bottle. And autopilot's flying, so I power back. And I'm like, okay, I'm below 100 knots. I open up my window, and I'm holding onto this Gatorade bottle with 2 hands because I knew I was going to have to reuse it, but I needed to dump it out, right? And then I'm so concentrated on making sure that my bottle doesn't fly out the window. And then all of a sudden, the G1000 is going, airspeed. And I look over and I'm at 58 knots. This bitch had been pitched up because I left it in level flight altitude mode. And I was like, oh shit. So just fucking autopilot off, nose down, power on, and didn't lose my Gatorade bottle though. Because 10 minutes after that, I set my autopilot back up the correct way, took another piss.
I'm trying to think if I've. Yeah.
And that meant while he was flying, he unbuckled, pivoted around onto his knee, and pissed. And so if he hit some rough air or something.
Dude, even in the Barrens with the pilot relief tube, I laugh every time because I kind of take my headset off, and then if there was ever a F-16 that were to come squadron up next to me, they're going to see a big white ass in the window of the pilot next to them. Because I'm over there, pants down, trying to whiz.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. I've used labs in airplanes. I mean, I've gotten up and gone back to the lab and stuff like that. But I don't think I've ever done. I've never pissed in a bottle but I have to also concede that I don't have nearly as much time in pistons as you guys.
Yeah.
Because
I
I
almost had to-
transitioned out. I've only got 300 hours
Yeah.
of piston time.
I almost had to
You're a
shit.
little bitch.
That's
what I
dude,
gotta say.
I came this close to shitting in a grocery bag in the back of a 172 when we were survey flying.
But you know what? Nothing beats me having to piss in front of Nick and his entire family on board an airplane.
First time we ever met
my
Mike,
God.
I'm going through private pilot training, and my dad also getting back into the swing of things, and he asked Mike about the weight and balance. and blah, blah, blah. And Mike was like, we'll figure it out tomorrow morning when we get there. And he was already like, kind of like, I don't know if this guy really knows what the fuck he's doing. So we jump into Columbia 300 and we flew from Raleigh all the way up to Boston area.
Oh.
And as we're passing New York Bravo, Mike's like, I gotta pee. I don't want us to stop. It's gonna fuck up the fuel. We're just gonna go.
No, I presented the options. This was actually how it went. I said, I have to go to the bathroom because we were airborne for a long time. And I told him, I said, we have two options. We can either land or I can use the bathroom. And I said, which one do you want? And luckily,
my dad in the right seat up front, he was like, do what you gotta do.
He's a pilot. His mom is a pilot. He's a pilot. So
your mom's a pilot.
She's a private pilot.
So then,
Okay. All right.
his dad drinks half of a bottle because we don't have a
Well,
bottle
we
either.
didn't-
Then
hold
his
on,
mom
hold on.
finishes the other half of the bottle. Then Nick hands it to me. It's like a whole family affair. When the
Yeah.
bottle comes up front, I'm like, everybody turns and looks away. I go and do my business. I fill it up. Someone else takes the bottle. It was like a whole thing. Like I really felt like I was part of the family.
Oh my God.
It was simultaneously a non-event, and at the same time, my mom and I in the back just looking at each other like, who in the fuck is this guy?
That's
That's
as intimate as it gets, really.
it was pretty hilarious. And my dad, like first time ever meeting him, also flying in the right seat of a small airplane, literally just covers his eyes and looks out the window because my dad's been there. He's like, I would do the same thing in your shoes. But then we get to the destination. My parents were going up to buy a small plane and fly it home. Mike gets out of the plane and like we meet the owner of the aircraft and the mechanics and everybody, and he's just holding on to this water bottle with yellow liquid. And then after like a 10-minute conversation, he goes, "Do you guys have a trash can where I can dispose of this? I had to pee on the way up." It's like you didn't have to say that. You could just say it was anything else. And then everybody was like, "Ooh, you've been holding a piss bottle this whole time." And then he just scampered off,
This
threw it
is
away. And then he did
16.9 ounces
Yeah.
of my ambient temperature urine right here.
And then he did a pre-buy inspection on the plane, and then him and I got out of there on the Columbia, and we flew home. It was a pretty dope day.
Oh, I love it.
It was good. It's pretty rad. Yeah.
Yeah.
First day ever meeting Captain Sparrow, Mike. That's okay.
On that note,
Yeah.
I'm being summoned.
Same.
All right.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Clear to land, wind 280 at 7 knots.